mostly black at the moment because the party, well, 4/5 of the party are currently have been sucked into Death House. And Cody, I'm going to ask you to mute lovingly for a
Sorry.
little bit. It's okay. But yes, they have been. Oh, and thank you, Phil, for the subscription. That is appreciated. Whee! All of the hype. I'll wait for Maurice to stop dancing. Okay, so last week the party managed to make their way through a strange wilderness, into some trees, and then eventually into a town. As they met a couple of werewolves, were attacked by dire wolves, made it to the town of Barovia, and while Christopher had turned into an owl and was flying around to get a good view of the town, Ithaca saw a pair of creepy children on the street, crying, looking sad, and then they ran into a building. As Ithaca ran after them, Ithaca realised that the building had a sealed front door, and the children had run through it. The bindings then fell off the door, and Ithaca's response was to go inside.
She's not the brightest cookie.
I wish that was an oversimplification, but that's pretty much exactly how it happened. With
In
Leah,
fairness, we were bored and unsupervised.
that is true.
Wait, hang on.
Christopher, when did the teenager
I
become the
thought I was
responsible one?
I mean, I'm upset that Mia didn't just see creepy children and went, 20-foot radius?
Jeez, honestly. You fireball once.
Once, yeah, okay.
Burn down a
Once.
house once and you get a bad reputation.
Yeah, Ithaca.
I mean, you're in a house
You're not
now.
even the fire mage.
Yeah, Ithaca the monk burnt down the
give me
fucking
a
house
sec.
while the fire mage wasn't there. But yes, 4 of the 5 party members are now stuck in this house. As they went in after Ithaca, the door slammed shut behind them and childish giggles started happening. So currently, these 4 are here, and Christopher is outside flying over the town.
I
Being a sensible
believe
one.
I had just changed back and was outside the door going, well, shit.
Oh yeah, that is true. Looking back on the prior map, you are just outside the house while the giant pink rabbit is inside the house.
Best avatar.
People at home that are confused, let me just jump back to the town map. So currently Christopher is no longer an owl, but he's going to be an owl for now because he's got that token, and the
An owl?
party are the giant pink man.
Boo.
Jesus Christ.
Boo.
I can't even remember what pack that came included in when I bought some tokens before, but I've used it as a party token ever since because I can't see myself using it for any other reason. So yes, in fact, I'm going to start today with Christopher, as Christopher got left out of the last bunch of the last bit as he flew over the town. What would you like to do now that you've landed outside this house and realised they're gone?
Having changed back, I would like to sit on the floor with my back to the building opposite the door. I want to turn my sword so the blade is facing the ground, and I want to look at the hilt.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna sigh and go, we need to talk.
There's a longer pause than you're used to before you hear the response inside your own mind. And what is it you want to talk about?
Cooperation.
Oh, now you want to cooperate.
No, now I don't want to die, and I don't want to be here, and I don't want you to be the last thing that I talk to.
At least we can agree on something, young one. Yes, I agree with
Not
this.
as young as I was.
No, but
See, this
still,
is the thing, I have hated you for so long. I still don't know what happened that night. I don't know how I woke up with you. I don't know what it is that caused my family to be put to death. I always assumed it was you, but frankly, that's because you were the only one left around to blame.
I think you'd be surprised how much of a benefit I was to you that evening.
I mean, I'm not dead. I get that. But the last 5 years have been spent with me dancing to your tune and fighting every step and failing. And I am tired. And I don't think this is a place where I'm allowed to be tired.
There is something very wrong with this place.
I don't think I have time to fight you either.
You and I...
Now, here's the thing.
Yes.
You know that there's someone else now. I don't know who she is. I don't know what they represent. But you are not the only thing that has their claws dug into me anymore.
No. No, I'm not.
Now, you have your own agenda. I know you've never told me what it is, but frankly, you just seem to be happy with the bloodshed.
As you take life, you feel their energy flow through me, sometimes into you as well.
Correct.
I get stronger with every kill.
Wow, that's a delightful thought.
It's not a bad thought. When I get to the level where I no longer need you, you'll be free of me.
Oh, really?
Do not worry.
So I suppose my question to you now... Does it matter what life?
Every life gives some strength. The rarer, the more powerful, the stronger I become.
Well, that's something I'll have to worry about in the future. Ultimately, if my path continues, and that I am going to find myself at odds with things, with these people, you frankly don't care as long as things die by my hand, do you?
Not presently. Although, I will say for one thing. I want out of this plane. Once again, you get the faint trembling of fear.
So how about we renegotiate ever so slightly?
I am listening, young one.
I will stop trying to be rid of you. I will stop trying to fight you. You need to let me be myself. Stop trying to make me more like you. There are enough things for me to fight that fulfill your criteria without me becoming more unhinged than I already am. And as I say, I am tired of fighting you.
Agreed. We help each other. If you
Agreed.
die, I'm useless on my own anyway. I'd have to wait for someone else to find me and be worthy.
So how the fuck do we get into this stupid house then?
I believe... knock.
I will stand up, dust myself off, and go, well, let's see how this changes things. And then, yeah, I will actually knock on the door.
Okie dokie, let me jump over to the rest of the party. Catch you up in a second. Whoop. Okay, rest of the party. We finished last week with you noticing the portrait of the family on the wall. Scratched, torn to pieces. You hear some giggling from inside, and there are some double doors to the... Technically it's the east, even though it looks like the north on the map. What would you like to do? In fact, I'll give you this, and I'll give you that. What would you all like to do as you stand in this foyer? Hello?
Hello?
That's you three. What you doing, guys?
Apparently they're standing in the doorway doing fuck all.
Doodles, Sarah, Kyle, you're up, guys.
Yes, very.
You broke up for a little bit, so it was like, is things gonna happen? I think
Yeah,
walk through the
same.
door.
Okay,
Hmm.
walking through the door. Good
Wait.
shout.
Sorry if you all fucking fell asleep during my monologue, you bastard.
Okie dokie, you walk through the double
I heard
doors.
every other word.
Yeah. While Ithaca is going further into this mysterious ghost house, I am going to try and, well, Mia's going to try and, try the door behind. See, try and get it open so we can get the fuck out of here.
Okie dokie. Roll me an athletics check.
Aw, DM.
First roll of the
Ooh,
night.
I'm good at athletics. I say I'm good, however.
You managed to pull the front door open.
Oh, sweet.
Beyond the front door is an inky black void.
Oh, no.
You essentially have a small porch here. And it stares out into nothingness. Essentially where the stairs are coming up to the front door, beyond the stairs there is nothing.
Right, so this street that we were on is just gone,
Gone.
essentially. So it's kind of like looking at this map before you revealed the bottom bit. Sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Where am I? Come on, sheet work.
I think I was going to see if there's any evidence of tracks or movement in this next room, rather than necessarily looking at the room itself.
Okie dokie. Well, I'll say what you can see when you walk into the room without a detailed look. But you walk in, and this wide hall area. In fact, I'm going to zoom up a little bit on the map for everyone at home. This wide hall area kind of runs the width of the house. Definitely a grand hall. There's a red marble staircase on the east. Sorry, not the east, the south. And to the north, there is a beautiful fireplace, black marble. Mounted above the fireplace is a longsword, and all of the wood-panelled walls are ornately sculpted. What looks to be vines, flowers, nymphs, satyrs. And it follows the staircase upwards. There are several doors to the north of the room. And I believe one of them is actually slightly ajar, leading into a small room with several black cloaks hanging up inside it. Can you roll me a survival to check for traps, please?
Oh, she's not looking for traps. She's not that bright. She's just going to check and see if she's getting tracks for, as if people have moved through the room.
That's what I said. Roll survival to look for tracks.
Oh, they said traps. Sorry, that's how I responded. I found it quite comical that I thought you misunderstood me when I actually just misunderstood you.
It's alright.
It's totally...
No, that's totally fine. With a 10, you'll see that the floorboards in here are caked with dust, and like even with your light monkish footsteps, you're leaving some faint footprints in the dust. There don't seem to be any others in here.
I will quietly relay that to the...
Well, this sounds pretty disgusting, says Glabriel.
You'll notice that
Well, I don't think we're getting out the way that we came in. That's for sure.
Caliban steps out onto the porch and has a look out into the darkness. Nope. He walks back inside.
Well, shall we try and find another way out of here?
Are you leaving the doors open
What's
or
the
closing them?
temperature like in here? Is it cold? Is it normal? Is it...
It seems to be regular room temperature. As you move around, every now and again there are some slight
What's the light like?
cold shivers. There is a gas lamp every now and again on the wall. They are lit.
Thank you.
And yeah, so Mia, when you walked away from the doors, did you leave them open or did you shut them?
I left them open.
Okie dokie.
Instant concern. Well. Who's going first then?
Ethica shrugged. Yeah. Let's go. Are we gonna go up or are we gonna go through that door over there?
As you're taking steps through this hall, there is a faint flash and Christopher is stood in the middle of the room. Christopher, what you saw from the outside is at the point where Mia opened the door, the front doors opened for you also. What you saw inside was an inky black void, and tendrils suddenly lashed out, grabbed onto you and pulled you in. You have appeared in the centre of a large hallway.
Why are we in here?
Hi.
Adventure.
Yes.
You do realise, from what I could see, there's no way out.
No way out that we haven't found yet. It's all a matter of perspective.
It is, and the perspective that I have is that we had enough crap going on without this.
Well, we're here now, so there's no use crying over spilt milk.
I mean, in all honesty, half the reason why I'm in here is the thought of staying out here. Well, I didn't fancy my chances.
Are you saying you'd miss us, Chris?
No, I was saying that being abandoned in an unknown location, surrounded by hostile entities, with only a sentient sword as my companion wasn't my ideal first choice for this afternoon.
Childish giggles echo through the room.
Oh great, creepy laughter.
Well, now that everyone's reconvened, shall we make a decision about which way we're going?
Well, there's upstairs or there's a little door over there. We could go. I'd say I'd follow you, but it's probably a good idea for me to go.
I am exceedingly squishy, so I will probably let you go first.
While this conversation is going on, Christopher is going over to the door, not for the stairs.
Mm-hmm.
And I wish to see if the door is trapped.
Okie dokie. Which one? There are several doors to the north.
Oh,
Well, I mean, technically to the east. you know what? I'm just going to call it the
Let's-
north. Fuck the stupid actual directions. This is stupid.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes.
Okay.
DM has spoken.
Let's start with the one to the left.
Okie dokie. This does not appear to be trapped, although with a really close look, you can see that all of the paneling on the walls, it looked like vines, roses, satyrs, and nymphs dancing in the forest. They look beautiful from a distance. As you get closer, the walls and the door, they are a lot darker than you realised. The vines have a lot of snakes hidden amongst them. The satyrs and the nymphs both are all designed with skull faces with horns carving back from their skulls. It's very creepy, and you wouldn't have noticed until you looked really closely. You can't tell if it was...
like a great living room, man.
I know,
Well,
right?
that's just delightful. Gonna try the handle. Does the door appear to be locked?
Nope, doesn't seem to be locked, and it doesn't seem to be trapped.
In which case, I am gonna either push or pull the door open,
Okie
but
dokie.
not heading through.
That's not a problem. So, as you open the door... Let me scroll up for the people at home. As you open that door, what you see inside is what appears to be a kitchen. This area is pretty tidy. Dishware, cookware, utensils neatly on shelves. There's a work table. No, I might be reading the wrong thing. I'm reading the absolute wrong thing.
I mean, that looks quite like a dining room.
It is exactly a
didn't hear
dining room.
that.
I read
Just a
I
smidge.
had the numbers. The numbers are in between. I put numbers on the GM thing. They are in between the two rooms, and I did a dumb and read the wrong fucking thing. Ahem. The centerpiece of this beautiful wood-paneled dining room is a large carved mahogany table with 8 high-backed chairs. All of the armrests are beautifully sculpted with windmill designs on the arm of each. The seats themselves are padded, cushioned. You've seen less comfortable chairs in the living rooms of rich people. There's a crystal chandelier hanging above the table, and the table itself is covered with beautiful silverware and crystalware, all polished to a dazzling sheen. Mounted above the marble fireplace to the west is a mahogany-framed painting of an alpine vale. And the wall panelling here is carved again with beautiful, elegant images of trees and deer running amongst them. And there are red silk drapes over the windows with a tapestry in the to the eastern wall, which depicts hunting dogs and horse-mounted aristocrats chasing after a wolf.
Well, we found the dining room.
Marvelous.
I mean, I'm looking over at our dragonborn friend. Does he still look pretty fecked?
So, yeah, very much so. He looks like something is definitely up with him. Every now and again, you'll catch him kind of looking like he's talking to himself or hearing something and looking around. He very much seems not himself. He's off his game for sure. He's very quiet too.
Okay, people, let's be sensible about this. What's the plan? Is it just get the hell out of here?
I think that's a good plan. I don't know what on earth is in here.
Help us!
Sure, if the kids aren't in here, it doesn't seem they're actually real kids.
Rude!
It'll be a merry jaunt no matter what we do.
Well, the story.
Help
And that's why we're here.
Help us!
Look, you guys heard that, right?
Yes.
I thought one of you was playing a joke.
You should know by now, Ithaca, none of us have got a sense of humour.
Sometimes I do.
Slightly strange brand of humour.
So, are we gonna go and follow those voices?
I didn't... Did we get a sense of where they came from?
It was very like
Just wait for them to be creepy again and pay attention.
each and every one of you would have gotten a sense of them being directly behind you, no matter which way you're facing.
Oh, marvellous.
Surround sound.
Dolby 7.1.
Yeah, we have ghosts in stereo. Oh no! Oh man, if I was a ranger, I'd be saying I would TH Pew. Hey.
I would like to shiv Ithaca.
I will help.
Gaudriel won't notice this because she's only just met him. Ithaca probably won't notice because it's Ithaca, and Caliban is concerned about his own shiz at the moment. But even though it's only been like a few minutes, Mia is. You probably noticed that there's a. It's strange. It's not like Christopher's face has changed, but there is just something a little bit about how he's holding himself, and not that way before anyone starts. Don't quote that.
Wow.
There's a little bit about his stance and about his demeanour that, considering you only saw him a few minutes ago, it's a little bit like, what the fuck's happened to you in that time?
Right. So is it like he's a little bit lighter type thing?
Yes, but also a little bit more, not necessarily more serious, but a little bit more businesslike. As in, so far it's not been, well, let's just, do this, that, and the other. He appears to, be considering things a little bit more than normal. So,
Okay.
do you want me to just check the other doors first and we can see what's around us before we make a decision?
Sure. I will go whichever room you put me in. It makes sense for me to.
Well, I'm not going in
first.
any yet. I'm more just checking to see if any of these doors are an issue. So not going to bother with the one that I assume links into the dining room, SJ.
Yep.
But the 190 degrees from that, is it trapped?
It is not trapped.
Is it locked?
It is also not locked.
Going to swing that one open as well.
As you push
That
it open.
looks a bit like a key.
Funny that.
No, it's totally a dining room, right?
Nanny.
This is a very, very well tidied kitchen area. Dishware, cookware, utensils placed neatly around the shelves. The work table has a cutting board and rolling pin atop it. There is a stone, dome-shaped oven standing near the wall, and a bent iron stovepipe connecting to a hole in the ceiling. Behind the stove to the left is a thin door, which is slightly ajar, which looks to lead into a pantry. And to the southeast corner, there is a dumbwaiter, which some of you would recognise, some of you would not. You'll have seen them before, Christopher, so you'll recognise it.
Yeah. Okay. So we've got a kitchen and another exit over there. Door number 3.
Okie dokie. Door number 3.
I feel like this is the D&D version of Who Lives in a House Like This.
And through here, you will see.
Lloyd Grossman wandering around. He gets across my bum through the throat.
He's the ghost of the house. He's just stuck doing this forever. This oak-panelled room looks like some kind of hunter's den. Mounted above the fireplace is a stag's head, and positioned around the outskirts of the room are 3 stuffed wolves. There are 2 padded chairs draped in animal furs which face the hearth, and an oak table between them holding a cask of wine, 2 carved goblets, a pipe rack, and a candelabra. Chandelier hangs above, and there are 2 cabinets against the walls.
Christopher turned around to the group going, okay, so the only other exit I've seen is either the stairs or whether or not the room the other side of the kitchen has another exit. But who would like to go into this room and inevitably watch those 3 wolves come to life?
I mean, what?
I think it moves over. If you really want to.
By all means.
Okay.
Does that happen often?
we are in a creepy house that has no exit, and there is 3 full-size stuffed wolves. I don't know what Penny Dreadfuls you've read, but for me, I think that's going to cause issues.
It seems a bit of a big assumption, if I'm honest.
I mean, sure. Would you like to place a wager?
I would, but I don't actually really have any money.
Oh, okay. Just for japes then.
All right then, just for jokes. I
Okay.
predict nothing bad will happen.
Ithaca, listening to
Specifically
those-
in this room,
In
as
that-
opposed to the house in general.
In that specific room,
enough.
nothing bad will happen.
Let's see how this plays out. Ithaca, after you.
As Ithaca goes in, going to gently sort of poke one of the dead fairy things. Dead fairy thing.
Totally
Unfortunately, there's none of those in here. No, I'm joking. You walk in and
She's not going to whack it like a pinata. She's going to sort of give it a gentle sort of shove with a pole arm.
it rocks slightly on its base, but doesn't seem to react. You'll notice when you're this close up to it, the eyes are definitely glass. So yeah, you're absolutely fine.
Catriel starts looking a teeny bit smug.
It's only just started. We can. There's.
No. I'm waiting for the magic.
Indeed. Christopher will follow.
Yeah,
Ithaca in.
guys, you might want to look at this.
Look at what?
I think it moved in the corner.
What moved?
One of the fairy things.
Catriel's face goes to a
sure?
frown.
Ithaca does a really terrible job at this because she can't keep a joke and she snickers and smirks. No, they are very much solid, I think.
You really made me lose my wager.
And you said there was no one with a sense of humour in this group. Nah, she pulls her tongue out.
Mia giggles quietly to herself. Shall we check upstairs then, if there's nothing of interest around
Well,
here?
there's a couple of cabinets, but
Yeah, but do we
I'm
really
not.
want to poke around, or do we want to get out of here?
I mean, I'm fully on board with not looting the creepy house.
Probably a good idea, because
Mhm.
if this is indeed a trap or a test, let's just potentially do the right thing, which if we are being tested by something would be to save the kids. At the very least we just get out.
Should we head upstairs then?
After you.
I mean, I know Ithaca, you say you want to go first, but do you want me to continue to look to see if there's anything wrong?
Tis the key word. I'm significantly less squishy than you guys if something tries to stab me with a pointy thing. So it just makes sense that I go first in that sense. Or
I
at the
kind of
very
look
least,
down at
I
the fact that I'm wearing plate armor and carrying a shield. I mean, you're faster than I am.
carry those things, but I tend to be punching things more than you do first.
I mean,
but
because there's-
you do like to use your toy.
Derek, please don't call him that.
Whatever you want. By all means, go
Um,
first. She sort of lets you go first.
She should
I
definitely not
am-
call me that.
Eh, what?
I've just told him not to call you that. I'm going to go up the stairs, checking for traps on the way.
Ithaca looks very confused about who said that.
Oh shit! Did Ithaca hear that?
No. Do you know what? Let's say
Oh, sorry,
yes,
you
because it's
don't call
funny.
me that. I thought that was.
Let's go with yes. Ithaca heard it.
Oh,
Okay.
Everyone in the room would have heard it.
Ithaca's looking around now. I've heard kids' voices. Now I've heard man's voice.
Oh, gee, he really wasn't impressed if you hear him.
Who's him?
Anyway.
Are you two people? What?
No.
Like, I can be multiple people, but I'm still me inside. Are you... Eh?
I mean, I could be multiple people as well, but I'm pretty sure I'm not also me when I become multiple people. It's a long, complicated story.
I know, we've met one of your other people.
Oh, marvellous.
But you're, like...
I'll use small words. I am a person. This, and I hold up Yagui, is a sentient, irate ball of anger with a mission.
You've got a wise weapon. We used to train with those in the monastery.
Would you like this one? And I will immediately say to Yagui in my head, I am joking.
Okay, thanks. I'm not trained in longswords.
Fair enough. So yeah, making my way upstairs, check if traps on route.
Okay, you don't seem to find any traps. The wooden carvings continue the whole way up the stairs. What you approach when you get up to the second floor, there's stairs that head further up. The spiraling staircase continues up at least one more floor. There is a fireplace directly opposite where you enter, and hanging above it, an undestroyed version of it must be the same portrait as there was downstairs, as the little bits you could get from the one downstairs are the same here. Hanging up above this fireplace are Gustav and Elizabeth Durst, as it says beneath, with two smiling children. The two children are very recognisable to at least Ithaca, if not some of the others as well.
I hope you don't say Fred.
And the father in the picture is holding a swaddled baby, which the mother is openly looking at with scorn.
Someone played away.
How did she keep that face up that long for someone to paint?
I mean, they don't sit there for the entire portrait.
So someone's clearly made that up. So what you're saying is that this picture is an unreliable source.
Well, no, they take reference sketches and then they just fill in. They take reference sketches of the important bits and then they just fill in the background later.
I mean, also look at her. That is the kind of look that would get burned into your mind for quite some time if you're on the receiving.
You hear the faint sound of a crying baby. It's echoing, unsure where it came from.
Well, whose turn is it to pick a door now?
I mean, we could flip a coin.
We could do both of them.
Okay.
She sort of looks as in like not expecting anyone to actually pay attention to this. Clearly it wasn't a serious thing, but she still suggested it.
I'm getting a lot of use of my survivor roll today. Or my thieves tools. Gonna check the south door.
The south door is not trapped. In fact, as you reach towards the door handle, the double doors slowly open.
Oh, continuing the creepy.
Revealing what appears to be
That's not ominous at all.
a music room.
These people have quite refined taste.
That piano starts playing. I'll see you next week.
I was about to turn around.
Automatic ones.
I was about to turn around to Galileo and go, "Can we double down if the piano starts playing?"
This is a beautiful room.
Cast Mage Hand at the piano, and then start playing chopsticks.
Oh my god. Are you actually doing this?
Sure, why not?
Are you trying to hide the fact that you're doing this?
Yeah, I'm kind of hiding, but there's no escaping the kind of grin on my face.
Okay. Roll me a sleight of hand check to try and cast a spell without making it obvious.
Oh man, I rolled high. Damn it.
Sleight of hand, not great. Oh yeah!
Yes, you rolled higher than the Ithaca's insight.
I mean, I was going to just go it against
I
people's
am-
passive perception anyway, but I'll say Chris can roll to check as well. Just roll a perception check, Christopher, because
Yeah,
you are actively
unfortunately, my
paying attention.
Is not that good. No, I clearly think it's playing by itself.
So the piano starts dun 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 dun.
Squeals and shock.
Gatriel jumps in fright.
Mia starts giggling. She can't help herself.
Christopher Eldridge blasts the piano.
You hit the piano with an Eldritch Blast. Roll me some damage.
What's the AC of a piano? This one is 18.
It's an armored
yeah.
piano. Tower defense piano.
If this turns into a mimic, it's just gonna.
The Eldritch Blast hits it, and you can hear some strings like twanging as they break. The piano itself like hits into the window to the south, breaking through the curtains and smashing the window open, revealing that behind the window it is a dark void. The piano itself seems a bit broken.
And then there's just this one mage hand like thing
Floating.
just waving.
You'll notice that your mage hand does not look as it normally does. Normally it's like a gossamer blue hand of energy. This hand is green in colour, a faint bit of green, almost rotting looking energy hanging around a skeletal hand.
Ugh.
Ooh, that's cool.
It does not normally look like that.
But it's not normally cool.
Mia just glares at Ithaca. What do you mean it's not cool?
Oh, it's not that cool. Skeletal hand is pretty cool.
Yeah, and I'm sure everyone is extremely impressed that their spells are being manipulated by this environment.
It's not the first time it's
wasn't,
happened.
but I'm better.
No, we've already seen whatever it was that Godriel tried to summon. I don't imagine they were supposed to look like that.
They were supposed to be cute and fluffy. That was not quite cute and fluffy.
No, it was not. I am going to check the North Door for traps.
It doesn't appear to be trapped.
Does it appear to be locked?
Nope.
The security here is lapsed. But then I suppose it's quite a good security system that when you enter you can't leave.
It's supposed to be lax. Sometimes the master will put us through tests similar to this, where we wouldn't know our success, we wouldn't know what we needed to do, and the test was to figure it out.
Your master deliberately would put you into haunted houses with creepy children.
No, into haunted houses. Haunted houses don't exist.
I mean, did you not follow two invisible disappearing children into this house?
Fair, I'm questioning that they even existed in the first place, I don't know.
You hear a pitter-pattering
So you
of
followed.
small footsteps run behind you.
I'm not anymore. I
Right.
was. Now I'm not. She's looking around for those footprints.
No one else seems to have heard them apart from you, Ithaca.
Can't see any doors in this room.
Oh, yeah, describe the room. I should probably tell you what room you've just walked into. You've walked into the master library of the house. Red velvet drapes cover the windows of this room. Beautiful mahogany desk and a matching high-back chair face the entrance and the fireplace, above which hangs a framed picture of a windmill perched atop a rocky crag. There seems to be a windmill theme with this house. Situated in corners of the room are two overstuffed chairs, very comfortable looking. Floor-to-ceiling bookshelves line the east wall, and a rolling wooden ladder would allow you to reach the higher shelves of the room. The desk has several items on it, but you can't see from the doorway. And there seems to be a lot of books in here.
I mean, I know we said we wouldn't poke around, but I haven't seen any other exits, so... Hang on, did the stairs continue upwards?
The stairs did indeed continue upwards.
Okay.
Yeah, there is also that door there. That is true. Whoever pinged that.
Oh.
There was also one to, what I would assume to be a storeroom or a cellar or something in the kitchen. I think.
Pantry. The door was slightly open.
Oh, okay. And pop my head in.
Just gonna have a quick look, and Christopher's gonna wander around here where the two bookshelves meet.
Okie dokie. Are you looking for anything in particular? And is anyone else doing anything? Or just standing?
I think I was gonna pop ahead and have a look at pop ahead towards and have a look at the fireplace.
Okay. Hanging above the fireplace is the beautiful picture of the windmill atop a rocky crag, and slightly beneath that there is a sword, and on the hilt of the sword, sitting on the top of the like the mantle place, the hilt seems to be carved into an insignia of a windmill.
There's lots of windmills here.
Yes, I'm sensing a theme.
This sword's got its hilt carved quite ornately with the windmill. I think it's a windmill. It certainly looks like a windmill.
Yeah. While they're looking in the library, Mia's trying to peer up the stairs to see what she can see just from the stairs until we're ready to move out.
Christopher's read too many mystery novels, apparently. Because I'm gonna start pulling books on the
It's a trap!
Mia, what you can see up the stairs, there seems to be another like landing up here, and the stairs seem to stop on this floor. It doesn't seem to go any higher. There is a slightly rusted suit of armour standing near the top of the stairs. If you look to the top left slightly, you should be able to see the upper landing.
Yes, I see.
And
there it is.
Mm-hmm.
Christopher.
Well, good news. I don't think we have to go any further up higher until once we get on the next floor.
Yes, SJ?
Can you make me a perception or an investigation check, whichever is higher for you?
Oh god, brain. Right, it is that one. 23.
Okie dokie. Also, you can all faintly hear that now, as the broken piano starts playing.
Faintly hear what?
If you listen to the music track, you should be able to hear some piano.
No.
Oh, you've
Jesus
turned the music
Christ,
off.
and I've just seen what it's... I've turned the music off, but I've seen what the name of it is.
I quite like this track. So yeah, as you're starting pulling out books, you're like, even in your own mind, you're like, this is fucking ridiculous. No one is this gauche. And then you pull out a red covered book with a blank spine, and this bookshelf unclicks and begins to swing slightly towards you.
What a twist.
I am gonna obviously pull it open.
Boop. Which unveils a secret room that even the rest of this house is covered in dust, clearly hasn't been entered for a long while, and yet this room has been unused even longer. There are bookshelves here, smaller ones.
Is that a skeleton?
It is indeed. Give me a second. There is
Spoiler alert.
there are bookshelves here packed with tomes, all very dark looking. Some look like they're made of stitched together human skin. Some are black with red infernal writing. Some are written in abyssal. There are a number of different books, all seemingly slightly necromantic. And there is a heavy wooden chest against the wall to the east. Its lid is only half closed, for sticking out of the chest is a skeleton in leather armour. It appears that someone had tried to get what was in the chest and fell prey to a trap. That's what's in the room. And you can see the skeleton literally has 3 poison darts sticking out of its vertebrae.
I am going to step up to the chest, and unlike that douche canoe, I am going to check for traps. To see, he might have completely emptied it, but let's make sure.
It's another really good roll. The trap has been sprung, and the chest is now safe to open.
Cool. Has he got anything on him himself?
As you kind of...
Other than his armour?
As you kind of open the chest, you have a look at him. Yeah, it's leather armour, but it's a bit tattered now. But you can see that he has something clutched in his left hand. It appears to be some kind of old parchment. A letter, perhaps?
Okay. In Thieves' Tools, you tend to have a couple of other little bits and pieces, other than just the picks. I'm going to use them to snap his fingers so that I can... Actually, how clutched is this parchment?
Like, he clearly was holding it when he died, but it's not like you could
not
get it
death
out of his
grip.
hand. No, not death grip.
I won't deliberately mutilate a corpse just for the hell of it then. I'm going to take the letter, and then I'm going to look in the chest.
Okie dokie. I will... Right, I'll let you look in the chest first, and then I'll reveal to you the handout of the letter.
Okay.
Inside the chest, there are 3 blank books with black leather covers. There are 3 spell scrolls.
Cool.
An old piece of paper that when you turn over, you realise is the deed to this house.
Not showing Caliban that.
There is also there's also the deed to a windmill.
Okay.
And a signed will.
I'm gonna, before I have a look at the other parchment, I'm gonna have a quick look quickly scan the will.
Okie dokie. Having a quick look through the will, I mean, it's very legalese, but it basically says that the house, the windmill, and all other family property are now under the ownership of Rosvalda and Thornbolt Durst in the event of their parents' deaths.
Does it say who the parents are? Is it signed?
It's signed by Gustav and Elizabeth Durst.
Right, that would make Rosvalda and... Did you say Thornbolt?
Rosavalda and Thornbolt. I'll put this...
That would make them the spooky children. Yippee. I am going to step back out. With... Well... Actually, I'm gonna be a little bit cheeky. The 2 wills and the 2 deeds in the will, I will pocket.
Yep.
And then I'm gonna walk out with the rest of it. Tell people what I found other than those 3 documents. Hand the scrolls over to Mia, and in front of everybody, I'm gonna take a look at the letter.
Okie dokie. This is really annoying. Give me 1 second.
Okay, Malron.
He's been Malron all along.
Goddamn.
This isn't the one I was thinking of.
I mean, I'm giving you the scrolls. That's more than Mauron would have done.
True.
That is accurate, actually. In fact, I will... Oh, I know I found one. There we go. Because for some reason, the thing here is just the words. I want the lovely picture. I can 100%. I'll put the words up for you as well. But there is a lovely picture of the letter that you have just found because it looks nicer, I think. And
My most pathetic servant.
and it should be up on screen for everyone as well. So, and because I have to do a Strahd voice, I guess.
Okay.
Yay.
My most pathetic servant, I am not a messiah sent to you by the dark powers of this land. I have not come to lead you on a path to immortality. However many souls you have bled on your hidden altar, however many visitors you have tortured in your dungeon, know that you are not the ones who brought me to this beautiful land. You are but worms writhing in the earth. You say that you are cursed, that your fortunes are spent, that you have abandoned love for madness, took solace in the bosom of another woman, and sired a stillborn son. Cursed by darkness? Of that I have no doubt. Save you from your wretchedness? I think not. I much prefer you as you are. Your dread lord and master, Strahd von Zarovich.
I will immediately confer with Yagui if that name means anything.
Yaogui, it's almost like he is pausing to think. There are a number of dread dimensions. I believe we are in one, but this name... He sounds powerful, but he does not remind me of any names I have heard.
I will, without context, will go, Dread Dimension? Lovely. What a wonderful place we're in now. But yeah,
Did you say Dread Dimension?
Yaogui seems to think we've gone somewhere else.
Oh, wonderful.
So
We're
what?
not inferring anymore.
What is a dread dimension?
A dimension that sounds dreadful.
I mean, my sword is laughing at me now. I imagine it's not particularly pleasant.
You all heard the laugh, by the way.
Oh, my sword is laughing at all of us now.
Well, that's just rude.
But yes, I will hand over the 3 scrolls to Mia. I found these and these books. Is there anything in the books?
The books themselves are blank, but they are beautiful, and they're probably worth about 25 gold each if you choose to sell them. But they're like black leather-bound.
You know, use them as sketchbooks.
By all means. I kind of hand them over to Mia as well.
Yeah.
And,
Okay.
Mia, you
I
have...
should take a look at the scrolls.
Yes, you have 3 spell scrolls. A scroll of Bless, a scroll of Protection from Poison, and a scroll of Spiritual Weapon.
Ooh.
Don't you mean #bless?
Boo. Boo.
Scrolls. So, protection. Thank you.
That's okay.
So it looks like whoever the person whose house this is has at least marginally irritated their liege. Fun times. Also, didn't that? So we're still on the 2nd floor, aren't we?
You are.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go look at that portrait where there's the baby in the hand, in the arms.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna take a real close look at that baby,
Okay.
based on what that letter has just said,
Mm-hmm.
to see how they've painted this.
The baby... It's difficult as there's very little face visible as it's a very well swaddled child. But you can see a small bit of healthy looking skin and the eyes are closed, but you can't imagine they would do a painting with a dead child in it.
Well, they have. They've just lied about it being dead in the painting.
Possibly.
Okay, this is creepy, and that's coming from me. Do we care about this other room, or we heading?
We possibly should check this other room.
I mean,
But
agreed, just in case there's something behind it.
you're the more seasoned explorers than I.
We will regret. This is less curiosity. This is more making sure that we're not leaving something behind us that we'll regret. Oh, okay.
As you approach it, the door's basically almost swinging on its hinges. A faint breeze knocking it, and as you push it open, going to look for traps, the door basically swings open. It's an undecorated, very plain bedroom containing a pair of beds with what appear to be just very faintly straw-stuffed mattresses. There are some footlockers at the end of the beds, although they appear to be open and empty. And you can see, in fact, I don't know why I haven't revealed that, there is a small closet to the west, and there are what appear to be maids' uniforms hanging up. And there is also a dumbwaiter in the southeast corridor as well, the southeast corner of the room that led down to the kitchen.
Servants' quarters. Does anyone feel they're missing anything in here, or should we just keep going?
Looks pretty bare barons to me, I suppose.
I think we should keep going.
What the hell was that?
Ithaca, there's a tap on your shoulder.
Ithaca turns round and immediately sort of spins her staff around. Not to strike, but sort of a...
And as you turn around to face your unseen attacker, a book flies from the shelf behind you and clonks you in the back of the head.
I have alert. Do I get to...
Oh yeah, you can. In fact, I'll say you can just straight up dodge it. But you turn to look the other way, and your heightened senses mean that you can quickly dodge your head to the side as you feel the book move towards you. It clatters to the floor, and there is no one behind you. In fact, your back was almost to that shelf.
None of you are that fast. She sort of looks and points, not like accusingly, but sort of comically, as in like, yeah. No, you're not that fast.
I mean, I'm a little bit fast, but I'm not. I didn't do anything, if that's what you're implying.
But are you fast enough to tap me on the shoulder and throw a book at the back of my head? Because that was really good training.
I wish I say I could, but I did not. I was mostly staring into space, if I'm honest.
It's been a while since I've had to do that.
There's some creaking on the stairs,
Something's not
and
right.
some footsteps run up the steps. If anyone was currently looking at the stairs, there is literally nothing there.
Oh, lovely.
This really feels like some of the tests the masters used to do in the monastery, just without the ghosts looking at, looking over, to sort of be like, yeah, isn't from what was said before.
I question this monastery you were raised in, then.
I was about to say, it sounds very cruel, your training.
I can use Death Key. I don't think it was a particularly good monastery. I think the morals are questionable, based upon my experiences in the real world since I have left.
You seem so well adjusted, though.
I'm not well adjusted. I tend to punch things before asking questions.
Well, we know a lot of people like that. I would say most people are like that, to be fair.
So, I am well adjusted?
You're
Yeah?
really not.
Oh, excellent. I think it just smiles, goes to walk up the stairs.
Well, you're as well adjusted as any of us, I suppose.
She's halfway up the stairs.
Ithaca, as you head up the stairs, you can go ahead and move yourself to the map to the northwest.
Yeah.
There you go.
I'm gonna do a follow and just go,
Yeah. I should do a follow.
Okay.
Just have to make sure I didn't lose my token in the inky blankness and be like, oh god, where did I go?
Oh no!
It's okay, that might happen in the game too.
You.
Let me do this a little bit better. Because there are doors hidden behind the darkness and shit, because I have not done a good reveal. There we go. Okay, there are a number of different doors up here. There's a suit of armor, stood motionless with a candelabra each side. Caliban's going to go up that way as well. Caliban, at this point, he's walking up the stairs at the back, at like the rear of you all, so he'll wait till Christopher goes before he moves. And then he literally lets out a... The fuck was that? And like swipes with his sword at the air. The sword has appeared in his hand from the scabbard that was on his back.
What was what? I didn't see anything.
You didn't hear that?
No.
No.
Not what you heard, but somebody threw a book at me, and I don't think it was any of you, because I don't think any of you are fast enough.
Oh, yeah. Right. No problem. Got ya. And he just like is like just quietly walking up the stairs.
Are you alright, Caliban?
Yep, never better.
I kind of lean over to Mia and go, I don't think he is. Something's changed him.
Are any of us alright, really? I mean, let's be honest here. And he's like jovial and laughing and putting on a good act.
Okay. Sure. Just don't turn into an egg again, eh? Because the last time you were ill, that's what happened.
Pretty sure that's a
Oh, we did
once
go in the egg.
in a lifetime thing.
Yes.
I want to see the egg. It would be marvellous.
We don't want to see the egg.
No, it was more hassle than it was worth. Sorry,
Imagine
Caliban.
it would be a big egg.
It was.
Can't say
I
that
presume
I
one of you had to sit on it.
remember it well.
We sat a halfling on it. About an
Oh yeah.
Oh, no wonder it was such a pain.
What happened to Corin?
Kidnapped by Zentari unknown.
Yeah, this is true.
Pause 1 second. Ithaca, can you roll me a dexterity saving throw? You're pretty good at these.
No pressure.
No pressure.
As you walk past the suit of armor, it suddenly swings an axe down at you, which embeds in the floor. At first, you think you may have sprung a trap, and then it pulls the axe free and turns to face you. It gets a second
Oh,
attack
that is not good.
in your direction, Ithaca. So it is going to make a double slam. Ooh. Gets 2 attacks.
Neither of those hit.
Yep, I figured both of them would miss. So basically, as it's been first triggered, it swipes at you with its axe. It tries to charge at you with its shoulder, and then swings again and misses all of it. I'm not going to make you guys roll initiative just yet. I'll say you can go in order that you've come up the stairs, essentially.
Okay.
Ooh,
If that's the case, then I've done some reading since last time. Well, every other time, and I can use my staff as a two-handed weapon to do D8 first of all, which I've never done so far because I didn't read.
Oh, damn it. Yeah, no, you swing it like a fucking baseball bat. Go for it.
Yeah, I didn't realise because I was like, oh, yeah, I'll just use this as a thinking weapon, and I just read the other day when I was thinking about other classes and other things, like, oh, I can use this two-handed. Well done me for not doing that.
That's okay. You can do more damage now.
So, ultimately, just 3 attacks. Oh, natural 1. Super duper.
Yay, natural 1! Let me do a critical fumble. Critical fumble table. I didn't have it open.
First one would have been the D8, by the way.
Oh, yeah, no, that's legit. Yay, thank you, Pisky. Okay, so the first one hits. The second 2 obviously miss. And can you roll me a D100, please? To see whether you knock yourself unconscious with the last one. A 69.
Hey.
Nice.
69.
Well.
Essentially, you swing in a way that you miss. It dings off the wall, and you've essentially made the creature more alert. Everyone attacking this creature now has disadvantage for the next attack.
Super. I'll roll my D8.
You can indeed roll your two-handed attack.
To be fair, what do you modify? Dex, isn't it? 6 points of damage.
Okie dokie. Animated armor takes 6 points of damage. Next up is Mia as she comes up the stairs next.
Woohoo. Right, so
No,
I see
that's wrong.
this,
Sorry, I'm looking at the wrong one. It's not Mia.
Yeah?
It's
Sorry.
it's Galdriel. Next. Looking at the
It's
wrong
Galadriel.
token.
Hashtag confusion. Bonus action to get a shillelagh on my little club. So
Yeah.
action to go smack it in the face.
Absolutely.
2 because disadvantage. It's a 10.
It's a miss, unfortunately. As you swing at the animated armor, it kind of glances off one of its arms, and the shillelagh clunks into the floor. Would you
Wah.
like to do anything else? You've still got a movement if you'd like to move.
I would love to move, except I would, because I'm moving up, like, actually, I can move within its threatened range and then not a trigger attack of opportunity in the system.
Which
Right, cool.
it can literally
So I
reach,
might do-
like, it can literally reach the 6 squares around it. So you'll find to move around almost this entire landing.
I'm gonna just do a little shuffle around and then just go like that to
Yeah,
be
they're
around
sort
the
of
corner.
shouting at you, go behind it!
Yep, because now you're both flanking, which gives you both advantage, which is awesome.
Yay!
Which takes us on to Mia's go, and then it'll be Christopher, and then Caliban last.
Hey, my turn. Okay, so I see this armor come to life. If I dodge it, Gal scoot around behind it. I'm just gonna throw some fire at it. Why not? Yeah, firebolt. I will clarify that. You say we have disadvantage, right?
You do indeed, so roll twice and take the lowest.
14.
That is a miss, I'm afraid. As you,
14.
Yep, the 14 is a miss, I'm afraid, as you throw a firebolt, and it goes wide, narrowly missing Galdriel.
I don't think armor's supposed to do that, guys.
And it's now Christopher's turn.
Right, okay. Considering where I am, the blast of the Eldritch.
The Warlock's going to Eldritch Blast.
So the first one is a
Eldritch
12.
Blade.
Thank you so fucking. And the second one is a natural 1. Thank you very much.
Well.
Ithaca got a really nasty one, and the plus side is we now get to do another one. 99. Oh shit.
Red balloons.
Okay, your attack ricochets back and you hit yourself. Apply the maximum damage as if you had hit your target.
What? I can't remember what my max damage is. Hang on 2 seconds. 15.
Oh,
Jeez.
just dice damage. Just dice damage. So you take the 10. You don't take the 5.
Oh, okay. Well, it's an agonizing blast. Are you sure?
Oh shit. Yeah. No. Okay. Take the full amount.
Yeah, I
For
can't
15.
actually not do that.
Yeah, it doesn't
because
turn
it's
off, does it?
Defeat.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, yeah. 15 points of damage from your own Eldritch Blast. As it essentially,
Okay.
your first one misses. Your second one, it almost like baseball swings its axe into it and knocks it back at you, Legend of Zelda style. And Caliban. Caliban is gonna do the same thing you just did.
What? Hit himself in the face?
Hopefully not that one. One. With disadvantage, that's an 18 still. But he misses his natural 20. And 11 misses, so he gets to do 1. So... Oh. Another 6 points of damage! As the Eldritch, one of his Eldritch Blasts goes completely wide and almost takes Ithaca off her feet. And the second one knocks the head off the creature and it just keeps on attacking. It now swings at... It's going to go 1 for Ithaca and 1 for Gadriel. 21 to Ithaca, 11 to Gadriel.
Yes, 21 will hit.
Okay.
11 misses.
Okay, Ithaca, you take 3 points of bludgeoning damage. Oh, you guys can see that one. Okay, cool. It's not blocking them like it was before. Cool. Yeah, you take 3 bludgeoning damage.
What you guys would notice is sort of because this is out of a temporary hit points from killing something before, it doesn't actually look like it hits her. but it still looks like something else.
Oh. Oh, yes. Oh, okay. Hmm.
I thought you might want to separate the two hit pools for RP reason.
Yeah, no, that's legit. Hmm. Okie dokie. We'll continue with that line again, I think. Ithaca, you're up first. Just gonna keep that for
I'm
this one.
going to hit it 3 times. Fresh. Fresh.
There's 22 hits. Honestly, I thought you guys would have killed it by now.
14 hits.
No, sorry, the 22 hits and the rest miss.
Advantage, remember, because flanking.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that still doesn't help because it's got 18 AC, but...
I know, but it's every little point.
It's true. Okay, so your first attack hits Ithaca, and I believe that's the one with the D8.
Okay, I'm going to use a key to try it. Actually, that doesn't matter because it's already... thing. What?
These damage rolls are awful. Even the ones I was rolling are awful. Okay, cool. Gadriel, it's your turn, and you've got advantage on this attack.
Die! Shillelagh to the not face because it's not there at the minute. 23.
23 hits. Go ahead and roll me some damage. I'm gonna teach you how to.
There you go.
I'm gonna teach you how to make macros. Oh my god, a 1 again! Jesus fuck! Every bit of damage has been a 1 so far. Okay, Mia, it is your turn.
Just switch it off and on again. I think I might do that.
Yeah, legit. I vote we go to manual dice.
Manuel dice.
Manual dice, indeed. Manuel, indeed. So I see my firebolt go wide, and I'm going to say, fuck this
Mr.
shit.
Farlity.
So I see my firebolt go wide. I'm going to say, fuck this shit, and I'm going to throw a magic missile at it.
Yes!
So I can't miss.
Technically mess with that.
1, 2. What the actual fuck?
This house is cursed, we're out.
I have never. Oh my god, 1, 2, 3, 4,
Actual
5,
fuck.
6, 7 damage dice in a row have been natural ones. Oh my god. Yeah, you do 6 points of damage to
Call it
him.
a night now, guys.
As, yeah, 3 bolts of magic energy fly out of your fingers and slam into him. He's not looking too hot. His arm is dented in. He looks like he's a bit rickety now.
Christ.
And it's Christopher's turn. Oh my god, my stomach actually hurts from that.
Fuck.
2 blast.
Both of those hits, Christopher. You'll be
Right.
pleased to know.
Let's see what. I don't want to hit the button.
More than one.
2.
Oh my god!
It's a 5.
It's more than one.
Right, Christopher's broken the streak. I loved it the first one after the one was a 2, though. That's amazing. Christopher fires 2 Eldritch Blasts in quick succession. One crashes into the creature's chest, concaving in the breastplate. The second one hits in the same spot, and the entire creature collapses, dropping its axe, the entire body falling apart, and it is a pile of armor lying on the ground. that was beautiful.
Jesus fucking Christ.
And I think that might be the perfect point to take a quick 5-minute break. And Pisky has just said I need to take a break, so that was good timing.
I think that was harder than it should have been.
That was, yeah.
That's what she said.
Yay, Gadriel has a...
Really?
It's a proper macro.
Really?
It was harder than it should have been. Yes, anyway, we're going to have a quick 5-minute break. I love your faces. I am going to mute this. I'm going to mute my wonderful party. See you in a second, guys. 5 minutes. Have a nice break.
Bye.
And for everyone at home, I'm going to give you some music, and we will be right back soon. Love your faces. Hello, wonderful people. I am back. Which means our party are almost ready to come back too. So I'm going to need to shush this music. Bring back the creepy House on Haunted Hill music. I don't think it's actually called that. It's something similar. It's called House on the Hill. And see if you're all okay and ready to be brought back into it. Because if so, I'm going to jump back into the main screen. And we'll see what the party managed to discover. Let's jump in with them. Hey everybody, how we doing?
Ew.
Hey.
Hi. So,
Oh, hi.
you just had an interesting fight with some animated armor. What would you like to do next?
I would like to cry because I missed everything.
That is true.
Yeah.
Oh my
When
Which door first?
I will continue. So, daughter.
That's totally real sound. What are you talking about?
There is no traps. Door doesn't even have a lock on it. It is just closed. And
Gonna try and push it open.
every other word is dropping out for me. I want to disconnect and reconnect. Hello, let me try this. See if it was me. Okay, try this again. What you doing?
Door to the south. Gonna try.
Can you try reconnecting, please, Phil? Because you were working fine earlier, but it seems to be dropping out now.
Door to the
Okay, there are no traps.
open. Going to try and push.
Okie dokie. It opens into a rather large bedroom. Just as you push open the door, you hear the faint sounds of a crying baby again. And this room is a quite elegantly appointed room with some other doors leading off of it. One single door to the west is slightly ajar, and then there's a set of double doors further to the south that are currently closed. There's dust and cobwebs surrounding this room. There is a large bed, 2 end tables, and an empty wardrobe. Mounted on the wall next to the wardrobe is a full-length mirror, and it's in a beautiful ornate wooden frame, carved to look like ivy and berries.
Okay. Shall I open the?
One room at a time, right?
We can have a look in here if you want, but it's up to you.
Have a look and see all our options first.
Okay. So yeah, 90 degrees. Door.
As you reach out to test this door, it basically pushes open. It seems to be a small cupboard, although there are shelves full of items here. There seem to be folded sheets, blankets, bars of soap, and something at the very far back is glinting on one of the shelves. Everyone has gone silent now.
Let's see what's.
I'm really worried about my Discord tonight, so I'm going to drop out for a second. In fact, I'm going to refresh Discord entirely, because I'm worried it might be my problem and not one of the players that's causing this issue. And Discord's taking an awful long time to load, so maybe it is me. Oh, now I can't even seem to connect back to Discord. That's a problem. Discord is not loading for me. At all. All systems operational, so why are you not working for me? Very good. Discord, why? Oh no, I may be locked out of my own chat. Oh, thank God.
This was the plan right from the very beginning, but people aren't doing this plan.
Yeah. Fuck it. I am throwing a fireball centered on Ithaca.
I'm only gonna take half damage. Go for it.
Well, that was a... Okay, so a fireball is thrown at Ithaca. This is canon.
Yeah, no. This is a thing that is happening.
Okay, so...
I
What's-
mean,
Because
next two set of doors, the one...
Ba-dum, 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 ba-dum. The door to the south opens, no traps in it. Seems to be a bathroom.
And the door to...
The double doors to the north are not trapped, but they are locked. It's actually the first set of doors in the entire house that you found to be locked.
set fire to them. Do it.
It is a way forward.
Do we go through or do we go through? Ithaca emphasising the second word just as it's clear that Chris was trying to go the first type through.
Well, let's see if he succeeds, shall we?
SJ, can you hear me?
Oh, I can now, yeah. Hello.
Hello, that second 20 is my attempt at lockpick.
Ah, okay, yep, not a problem. You managed to pick the lock without much of an issue at all. And boom, 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 boom. Let me just polygon reveal this for you. Haha. This is a grand bedroom. Beautiful.
Ooh.
Very well decorated. The double doors that have this room actually had panes of stained glass set into them, designed to resemble windmills. This room has burgundy drapes covering the windows, and the furnishings in here include a large four-poster bed with embroidered curtains and a tattered gossamer veil. There are a pair of wardrobes beside the bed, and to the west is a vanity with a wood-framed mirror and a jewellery box sitting on top of it, with a padded chair. A rotting tiger skin rug lies on the floor in front of a fireplace, and above the fireplace is a portrait of Gustav and Elizabeth Durst. Just the two parents this time. There is a dumbwaiter in the southeast corridor, and what appears to be a small closet.
Can't help. I've seen another way.
Ithaca sort of gingerly walks into the room.
Okay. Nothing seems to happen, Ithaca. The room is open. There is a door to the northeast, a single door, and like I said, a small closet there.
She conveys the additional information for the other room to Christopher before slowly walking over to the door.
Okie dokie.
Did you want me to check that one?
If you want to, I was just going to go and check it myself, to be honest. It's only a door.
By all means. Caliban.
I'm just keeping watch.
It's not like I've ever found anything that's been trapped in the past.
So you notice Caliban has a weird fixation on the room to the south. He hasn't really turned around or taken his eyes off of it. And Ithaca, what are you doing with the door to the north?
I'm just going to open it.
Okie dokie.
Slowly, but she's not checking for traps. That's not what she does.
As you open the door, you come across a balcony. Lovely decorated handrail, small windmills built into the wood, and everything around you is black. A dark void, basically like it is on the map. No stars, no sound, no sign of a street down below. Just darkness.
Ithaca is going to take a copper coin out of a coin bag and just going to flick it over the edge just to see what happens.
The coin falls and falls and falls until it's out of your view, your field of vision.
Guys, we have gravity.
And then
I
the
think
coin
we knew
falls.
that.
The coin falls from the
Outside.
sky and continues falling.
We have gravity, and then we have top-down gravity.
You're not making sense, Ithaca.
Hang
Well,
on,
it goes
isn't all
down, but then it keeps coming down from up.
That makes literally no sense, Ithaca.
Come have a look. Come on. You'll know what I mean
Is
when you see.
Oh, fine.
I'm
I go to see the falling coin malarkey.
If it reaches terminal velocity, it will set
Oh, that's one way of doing it.
It definitely doesn't appear to be speeding up. It just seems to fall and then start again and fall. It's not doing a portal,
Damn
sadly.
you, magical physics.
It's like that scene in Thor: Dark World.
I don't know if I raised that film from.
As entertaining as this is, I don't think it's doing much.
What was that,
That's-
Gadriel? You
yeah.
want to push Ithaca over the edge?
I think
Yes.
it's been over the edge for a while.
Mia sneaks up behind Ithaca and pushes her off the balcony.
Ha! Joke's on you. You can't sneak up on Ithaca.
Alright
True.
then, Mia blatantly pushes Ithaca off the balcony.
That's better.
You brought this on yourself.
Mid fireballs the balcony. What Ithaca decides to do?
I can fly.
I'm just giving her a hand.
Caliban.
Hi. What? Sorry. What?
Are you sure? You've been staring at this door for a while.
Something's not right.
Yeah.
In there, something's not right. Don't like it.
Agreed. I will walk into the room that he's.
Okay. Yeah, as you get to about there, you can see through the... I'll say you can see into this room as well. This appears to be a nursery of sorts hanging off this bedroom. There is a cot in the centre, and there appears to be a black hanging shroud from the ceiling hanging over it.
And I say nope. I am not checking out the creepy crib. There's a closet.
There is indeed a closet. And a full-length mirror next to it on the wall.
I'm gonna go look.
Okie dokie.
I'm gonna read.
You walk towards the mirror, and right up until you get a few feet from it, something is uncomfortable about this. You can't quite put your finger on it. And then you realise that your reflection isn't mirrored. The sword in your hand is in your right hand, so it should be in the hand directly facing that. It's not. It's in the reflection's right hand, which is the opposite to you.
There's an issue with this mirror.
Break it.
There's only one sensible
Break it.
nuance.
I mean, you could say Bloody Mary 3 times and see what happens.
See, I've heard the way to
No.
deal with that problem is to say it while you're on horseback.
Yeah.
Get you up.
Yeah.
I'm told put two
not
different
gonna-
mirrors next to each other and then say it.
While you're stood between them. No, I've
Sorry, Christopher, what was that roll for?
blasted the mirror twice.
Oh, you
For a
Eldritch
total
blasting
of
it.
25 points.
Okie dokie. You throw an Eldritch Blast at the mirror. The first one hits, shatters the mirror. The second one hits the space behind the mirror and breaks a hole in the wall, revealing a set of stairs. The set of stairs seem to lead up.
Why is it with you finding secret places?
I've read too many of the either wrong or right type of book.
In this case, I think it was right.
As the others step into the room, there's a faint crying from the nursery. Just coming from
Yeah,
the
there's a crib in there. If you want to be my guest.
Ithaca goes to look at the crib.
Okay, there is like a black a black shroud hung from the
the
ceiling
second-
that wraps it.
And the second he does that, I'm through the mirror up the stairs. Don't wanna
Ithaca
be...
uses her quarterstaff to
Legit.
remove, sort of pry aside the veil. She's
Uh-huh.
not sticking her hand in. She doesn't check for traps, but she's done that absolutely stupid.
Absolutely fair. As Ithaca pries the shroud open. There you are, Christopher. You're on the stairs. To the right. There is a small bundle of blankets curled up in the centre of the crib, facing away from you like a small swaddling. That seems to be where the crying's coming from.
Look like it's moving.
Very, very slightly. Yeah, very slight movements and some faint crying. Can Mia and Galdriel, can you put yourself where you are currently? Are you able to see this, or are you just are you paying attention?
I was going to go up the stairs, but I didn't want to move while you were doing that
No,
thing.
that's absolutely legit.
So I'll probably actually more likely whoop.
Okie dokie.
Sure.
Cool. So Caliban's watching because he's curious. But yeah, there is what appears to be a swaddled baby facing away from you, crying gently.
I'm going to roll on this for my own personal RP to see what you would do. I
Minus
think
one
at 14
intelligence.
she would be wise enough to go, that can't be a baby. It probably would have starved to death the amount of dust in here. So she's not going to investigate any further.
Literally, as you kind of say that, the blanket kind of falls flat, taking no more shape, and the crying stops.
She releases the veil and walks out the room.
And as you turn around, Mia will see this, Caliban will see this, and you will see this, as Caliban steps out of the way to let you through. From roughly where the wardrobe is, a glowing purple spirit floats out. She turns to look at you. It looks to be some kind of maid, and she lets out a horrific shriek. Her hair stands up, whips back from her face. Her features melt away, leaving just a skeletal face. And can all three of you, well, for the third being Caliban, so Mia and Ithaca, can you make me a wisdom saving throw, please?
Oh no.
Yes.
Nice.
Not terrible.
It's okay, you're both okay. This scream sends a slight wave of fear over you, but you shrug it off. And at this point, can we please have some initiatives? Can everyone roll me
Oh,
initiative?
dear.
And if the people upstairs end up getting involved, at least we'll know where you are in order. Not that that will ever happen, of course.
Yeah.
Because we're like, do.
Yep.
Mia. Bum, bum, bum. Christopher, can you make me an initiative roll just in case you end up getting involved? Thank you. 9. And a knit from Spirit. Ah, these aren't rolling them secret anymore. That's interesting. Like, I have no issue with that. It's just very weird to me that it suddenly stopped doing that. And Ithaca was a 13. So, okie dokie. So, it is Gildriel's turn. Gajor, you would have heard the scream, but it won't have affected you in the same way as the rest, because you're only just up one flight of the stairs, and you can choose whether you're going to react and go back to them, or you're just going to go nope and keep going. Doodles?
Sorry, I missed that.
You are first, buddy. You heard the scream happen. You can choose whether you want to react to it or you want to keep going.
Gladriel will go, Christopher, did you hear that?
He can't even hear you, never mind that.
Oh, his Discord's being a dick again.
No. Okay.
No. Yes, I did. Sorry.
Should we?
Okay.
And then pivots round to go back. Are we 5 foot or 10 foot in these?
Each of the squares are 5 foot. They're only small things.
Cool. So 5, 10, 15. Whip right that way around. So I know which way I'm going. Just walking backwards is fine. 20, 25. Go. Oh Lord, what is that? Magic stone time.
I forgot about your magic stone.
I'm gonna throw my magic stone. So, reach into pocket, pull out rock, magically enchant them. See what I got.
Holy shit!
Ooh,
Natural 20.
nice.
Okie dokie. Yes, you will definitely hit and you will crit on this.
Oh yeah. Also, I'm typing this out manually when I made my bloomin' macro. God dang it.
So that's a grand total of 6 points of damage as you whip
Yes.
the magic stone through the air. And it seems to, like, you manage to hit a square in the face, and it seems to almost break apart like gas and then reform. It does seem to have left some gaps in the kind of slightly incorporeal form that it has. So you've done some damage, but it's hard to tell what exactly.
Excellent. That's my turn done.
Okie dokie. In that case, she's going to reach out towards you. Actually, no, she's not. She's going to try and go... She's not going to be able to get there. That's going to be annoy the shit out of her. She seems to be trying to get past you and Mia to get at Ithaca. She realizes she can't get through you without literally going through you. So instead, she's going to reach out and get a natural 1.
She life drains herself?
Apparently so. Well, let's see what she does. She does a 53 on the fumble chart. I'm going to make the ghost roll, because screw it. Exposed defenses. Doodles, you get 1 melee attack against her with a shillelagh.
Yay! Shillelagh!
I say you can shillelagh it. Womp. That hits. Yep.
Then that one damage?
D8 plus 2. Yep. Looks good to me. Okay, so you do a further 11 points of damage.
Yes.
And your shillelagh counts magical. Okay, Ithaca, it's your turn.
Ithaca's gonna see this thing and be like, "Ooh, 2 of us can do that," and she is going to go and she's not going to use her actual ability of Hour of Reaping because that's probably a bad idea. But but she's going to certainly look and shift into like almost her banshee form without actually just jumping over that point as a RPS thing, and then she's going to try and move in and repeatedly specifically punch the ethereal thing.
Go for it. Specifically punching. Boom, boom, boom.
Punching and kicking and kicking and punching.
All of those hit.
As that, she's going to use a key point to try and stun it
Okie dokie.
as well, which would be a DC 16 now that I have leveled up and done things and stuff.
What kind of save is it? Is it a con?
I believe so. Let me just double check. Constitution, yes.
Boom. Oh no, doesn't matter. She's immune to stun anyway. Sorry. You managed to hit her with all 3 attacks. I will say, yeah, but your stunning strike doesn't work on her, as every time you hit, you're slightly passing through her.
Oh, yes. They're better than last time.
With your first hit, you punch through her chest, and there is a gaping hole left. You punch again round the throat area. Another hole is exposed. These don't seem to be moving back together like they did when the magic stone hit her. With your final strike, you hit her in the chest, and there is a blinding white light before she fades into her. I'm gonna shut up that music. I'm gonna go back to my ambient horror. She reaches out, returning back to her handmaiden form, reaches out one hand towards what appears to be the nursery, lets out a sobbing cry, kind of like the witch from Left 4 Dead, and fades from existence.
If they could, can Ithaca sort of take a knee and just sort of go, be free?
As you take a knee, there is a small sketch just poking out slightly from under the bed that you notice on the one knee. There is a sketch of the baby and the father.
Ithaca will take it. Not like hiding it. You'll sort of take it clearly, not like making sure that you can't see it.
Oh my god, what?
I suggest we move on.
Phil, that scared the shit out of me. I forgot you could do that.
You're welcome.
For people not watching the thing, and thank you for the 500 bits as well. There's a thing on my Twitch where you can pay bits to activate sound files. He just activated "Hello Darkness, my old friend," and it scared the shit out of me. But it was also A+, very apt choice. That was great. So yeah. So anyway, while all of this is happening, while this combat is happening, and Caliban has weirdly stood back from it all, Christopher, what are you doing, buddy? Because you haven't come back down the stairs. You never got to your turn, so I'm gonna say you can hear it end basically and know you're not needed.
To be fair, I wasn't going to head back down anyway.
Thanks.
I will have continued up this.
Absolutely fair.
Is it shut?
Oh, I get HP. Sorry.
It is closed, but it is not
Checking.
locked. There are no traps when you check.
Gonna swing that bad boy.
Okie dokie. As you push it open, you end up on essentially a landing. This one is completely bare. The other ones have all been very well decorated, but obviously this was behind a secret set of stairs. This hallway is choked with dust and cobwebs. No decorations. There is a single window to the northeast, and it is boarded up.
Still, I don't know how long it's gonna take everyone.
No, that's okay. This door is closed and sealed with a padlock. Shit. Yeah. Okay. It is closed and sealed with a padlock. I was going to say, roll me an intelligence to remember where you saw a key, but you don't need to. You managed to pick the lock, and the padlock falls off. Around this time, if everyone else is looking to come upstairs as well, you're welcome to start coming up the stairs now, as that fight literally took about 6 seconds.
Yep.
Realistically thinking about it,
Magic fists.
magic fists happen. Oh, that's not a thing you want to say. But yeah.
Just literally walk in, see a thing, go, ah! Oh.
Yeah, legit.
Okay, so yeah, Christopher, you managed to pick the padlock. The padlock falls off the door. The door.
Ithaca hasn't actually shifted away from looking like a banshee.
Oh, that being said, Christopher has seen her banshee form before. It's not like it's new to her.
Yes, I just thought I'd mention that.
But yeah, that's fair.
There's one person who hasn't, and that is myself looking a bit like,
I'm really glad you were in the room when she transformed into that. Then that would have been really terrifying.
I think it's Ithaca was behind me during the fight. It's just walking up the stairs, watching Ithaca as Banshee go up the stairs, go,
Yeah, don't worry. That's kind of.
Right. Moving steadily on then.
Oh, sorry. I can make this a bit more scary if you like, but I don't think you would. One moment, Ithaca is back to normal.
Oh, wonderful. Now let's steadily forget that ever happened.
Oh, it'll happen again. Don't you worry.
You'll notice that when she shifts back to normal, there is something. There are a few things that are still slightly different than normal. Her lips are a little bit more black tinged. There's a bit of darkness around the eyes. Very slight differences. But I'll say that people, especially people that have been around Ithaca's natural form for a while, will notice this for sure. And yes.
Are you feeling alright, Ithaca? It just doesn't look like you've managed to shift back all the way.
Have I got a tail again? No, it's still here.
No, not tail. Just general looks type thing.
What mirror? This has happened before.
I don't have a mirror, and the only one that I've seen was the one that Christopher broke.
Ithaca rummages around her net bag. I think I've got a small one.
Also, if Christopher was... I don't know if you have tried talking, but I haven't heard you. If you have, just in case.
No.
Okay, good.
Oh, I haven't. I'm waiting for them to...
She's rummaging around in her bag for a few seconds, so I'll let other people talk.
While they're...
Yeah, no, that's legit. I was just checking. Make sure. I don't trust Discord anymore, like, at all.
Okay. No, I fully understand. Yeah.
And yeah, Ithaca, you can 100%. You do have a very small mirror. It's more like a poorly like smoothed off bit of glass. But yeah.
Oh, That's more subtle than has happened in the past. I might need to meditate on this.
That might be an idea.
She looks a little concerned, but you sort of get the feeling that this has happened more harshly in the past, or something similar. Like the time where she spontaneously got a tail.
Oh yeah, that awkward moment.
Can I see the room, Mesh?
Yes, absolutely.
While they're talking about...
Not allowed.
So, the first thing I'll say is obviously this room was padlocked from the outside, and as you open the doors,
Okay.
yeah, as you open the doors, you essentially are greeted with the not incredibly pleasant sight. First thing you'll probably notice are the two small skeletons lying in the center, clutching each other, wearing tattered but slightly familiar clothing. This room has a bricked up window. The single window in this room is covered with bricks from the inside. And there are 2 dusty wood-framed beds, children-sized. Close to the door is a toy chest with windmills painted on the side. And there is a dollhouse, which is a perfect replica of the dreary building you're standing in. All the furnishings in here are draped in cobwebs. And the smaller of the 2 skeletons is cradling a stuffed doll that you will recognise from the pictures of the children you've seen painted around the house.
Christopher's going to turn around to the others and...
Yeah, don't scroll down on that, but there's the picture.
While you've seen him look manic, stressed, physical, delirious, you realise that you've never really... I'm gonna go and... I would ask while people may watch the door, crowd them.
Two spirits rise out
And
of
I'm
where the
gonna
skeletons are stood. Are you here to play with us? The daughter, clearly older than the son, says.
Sorry, I missed that, SJ. You said that.
These two spirits float up out of where the skeletons are, and the older one, the daughter, excitedly claps her hands and says, "Are you here to play with us?"
I kind of looking at the door, making sure that it's. I'm gonna walk in and sit down and look at the.
It's okay. Everything's better now. We're not hungry like we were before.
No. Why we?
Oh, Mom and Dad said that we had to stay here while they dealt with the monster, and they locked us in here, and for to keep us safe. The little boy interjects, "To keep us safe. It was to keep us safe." Yeah, to keep us safe. The older child says, not clearly believing that.
Just the two of you.
Yeah, for as long as we can remember. Well, since Mommy and Daddy left.
What were they keeping you?
Oh, they have to deal with the monster.
Where's the monster? I mean, normally they're in an attic or...
The monster's in the basement.
I was going to say, it would be very silly for your parents to put you in the attic. I kind of look at the house. Could you show me how to get?
I suppose so. But then you've got to play with us, yeah? Rose floats over.
Well, I don't mind, but I'm worried that if your parents didn't take care of the monster.
But our mommy and daddy are really strong, and they would definitely take care of the monster, the little boy says. The little girl kind of rolls her eyes a little. Mommy and daddy were fighting a lot.
Did your daddy up?
Yeah, He did something bad. Also, the
Yeah.
rest of you, feel free to, like, join in or say what you're doing and stuff.
Yeah, I kind of motion to the door. The initial stay the F back. It's kind of.
Gladriel is just watching the scene like, holy shit. Gladriel.exe has stopped working.
I think it turns to Mia and goes very quietly, like even like it's pretty much within her space in order to say this. You think this would be a good time to play Mum or Daddy?
I'm not entirely sure it would be a good idea just yet. We should probably find out what they did first. Maybe their fate was.
I'm gonna cast dancing light.
Okay.
Just some twinkling, moving
Like,
of light.
the girl, the daughter doesn't seem to be impressed by this, but the little boy, like, rushes over like, oh, that's so cool. Like, he's very quiet, he's very reserved, but he seems excited now.
While he's looking at them, I will talk to the sister. Was your mother upset about the other baby?
Yeah. Daddy had a son with, like, one of the help. And, like, Mom was angry anyway, but she was even angrier that it was with one of the help.
My mother was upset. But if they took care of...
Well, they're busy. We were hungry, and then we weren't hungry anymore.
If you let us go find your mum and daddy to make sure that they're safe, and to... Would you let us go do that and then...
You gonna come back, or are you gonna be like Mommy and Daddy? As long as you're planning on coming back, we'll let you go deal.
I kind of point to their corpse. Do you need...
Oh. I know... Oh. Like, she doesn't seem to register them properly at first, and then she seems to, like, get visibly upset. We were supposed to... When we went, we were supposed to go in the catacombs. We're not in the catacombs.
Do you want us to... And this is what I mean. If we go to the basement monster, or at least check to see how your mum and dad are doing, do you want us to take those and put you in the catacomb?
Yeah, that'd be a great idea. Yeah, put those... They're supposed to go in the catacombs. They're kind of gross up here.
I kind of usher, kind of gesture to Caliban.
Vicar respectfully and gingerly sort of begins to enter the room, making sure that if the two children have an adverse reaction, she will stop them back out, but she will come in if so and be like, do you need a hand with moving these to the catacombs? Asking the room, not necessarily an individual.
Caliban walks in with you. Yep, I'll take the girl, you take the boy.
Okay. Where she bows before picking them up as a sort of, not more like her martial art respectful bow as she would have been taught in the monastery. and then she picks up. Oh,
Here's, and I'll make the lights move around a bit more for the boy. We're
He
gonna take this. If you can show us how to get.
Rose kind of waves a hand, and the front of the dollhouse clicks open. And she goes, "There's a set of stairs that goes from here all the way down to the basement. The only door in there is in here." And she points to another room that's on this floor. And she shows you that
So
in
we're
this
gonna head
room
down to.
over here, there is a secret door that leads to a spiral set of staircases right here.
We're gonna these down to the basement for you. So we're gonna take the crypt where they're meant to be. The catacombs. Over there, we're gonna look for your mum and dad, and we'll make sure that. And then when all that's done,
Not sure about that. You're gonna leave us again. Everyone always leaves us. And at that, the little boy hears it and goes, "No, no, we can't be alone again." And with that, Thorn, the little boy, dives forward towards Ithaca. And upon touching Ithaca, vanishes.
bye.
And Rose does the same to Christopher. But they seem to have gone.
I think the sign up to be possessed. I am going. I'm not alone in here.
Nope. There are many different things in there at the moment.
No. And ask him if he can sense.
Yeah, she's in there, all right.
Body.
Interesting.
Down to the basement it is.
And that
I
is
kind
where
of
we're going to
grapple
leave
at
today.
him and go, "You're not making a deal."
Okie dokie. I have whispered some things to Christopher and Ithaca, and at that point, we're going to call it a night.
Hashtag oh no.
Concern. They're gonna turn on us, aren't they?
What?
You say
Yeah, I say me.
no, Jay. You say you.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, I know. But it's going to be... This is going to be interesting. Yeah, very much so. But yeah, we're going to call it there for tonight, and we will be back next Wednesday.
Dun, dun.
I hope everyone had fun in the Death House. I like being creepy and spooky, and I love being able to do this. This whole campaign is just going to be full of spook.
Yeah.
5 spooky to me.
Spoopy.
3 spooky, 5 you.
Spoopy. All the spoops.
But yes, from myself and from the wonderful party of the Doop Troop, we're going to say good night now. This is Clockwork SJ signing off for the evening. And
Bye.
Bye, love you, bye.
Bye.
Bye!
night,
Bye.
Bye, love
guys.
you, bye.
Bye.